A while ago, 4 years ago, I created how to implement goto and function. This series of videos. Through this series of videos, I wanted to help my audience understand how to create a scripting language on his own. I filmed 40 videos but stopped in the middle of the series because the click count or view count was very low, only 72 views, 2 likes. In this case, 35 views 4 years ago. In this series, in episode 16, I explained how to create resource-only DLL for internationalization. Only 153 views, 3 likes. I will give 1 more like. I was very much disappointed. I will play from this just a few minutes. Okay, here we declare apple and initialize 6. Then we do some calculations. Banana, apple plus 6, and we can display banana like this, banana, NL is new line character. If we run it, banana 12 is displayed because 6 plus 6 makes 12. If we put exit here, exit like this, then it stops processing at this line, so this text will not be displayed. Now let's run. It runs, and now we call this banana from here. Say we can include banana txt. Banana txt is this file, and cherry is this file. So here I will delete this line. We include banana txt. Banana is defined for, and banana txt include cherry txt. This is cherry txt. So here we can display, we can calculate sum like this. At this point, fruit, apple plus banana plus cherry. We compute like this. Then say fruits are, you can say like this, fruits. NL is new line. Please understand that I defined apple in apple txt. Then we include banana txt, this banana txt text file. In this file, we defined banana. Then this banana include cherry txt, this file. At this line, we compute the number of fruits using apple defined in this file, banana defined in this file, then cherry defined here. We compute the total number of fruits. So if we click, we have to click this and run. Then fruits are 17. 6, 4, 7, so fruits are 17. So fruits are 17. Fruits is translated to 17. So if, and after fruits we display banana. I would say banana and apple plus apple plus banana. Okay, if we run it, then so Fruits of 17 comes from this line. Banana plus apple comes from this line. I filmed 40 videos and I wanted to help my audience learn how to create scripting language by themselves, but I got very disappointed. Only 72 views. Most videos are simply wasted. 24 views. I will give 1 like. How many of you can create such level of programming? I mean, how many of you can create your own scripting language? And how many people on this planet can teach you how to create a scripting language from scratch? I got very disappointed. Hi everyone, my name is Thomas Kim. Today is November 12th, 2022. This is my 132nd video for C++ 17 2023 CUDA SQL OpenGL OpenCL DBB Vulkan. This is my 4th episode for internationalization and localization. In this episode, I will discuss AI-friendly international language manipulation, more specifically, resource strings. If you want to follow my current session, you probably have to watch episode 131, C++ Library Extensions Upgrade. Please double-click this link. If you haven't watched my previous video, please watch it. Otherwise, you may have difficulties following my current session. Download the current video's source code. Click this link. Show in folder. I already downloaded. Unzip it. Rename 132. Copy. Paste it in your working directory. In this folder, open up your solution. In the class view, code view on initial update. In our previous episode, we learned how to deal with international languages. Now, in this episode, I will explain human language grammar. Press Ctrl F5 to test if it builds successfully. Okay, it built successfully. Now, close it. Close it. In the Code app, open init instance. In this file, code.cpp, Ctrl-N. We tested this code for CUDA. Ctrl-K, Ctrl-C. Now press Ctrl F5. We don't see test code for CUDA library. Now close it. In the class view again, code view, initial update. We will add more code here. In the resource view, if you do not have resource view open, go to view, you can select resource view. In this resource, select string table, double click it. Value, scroll down, we will create a new string, say greeting GMR. So this is a new string. 0 stands for subject. 1 stands for verb. 2 stands for object. Hit enter. Now greetings sub here I. This is head character. So subject is I, and this character is used for blank. Hit enter. Then greetings verb verb here love. Hit enter. One more greetings obj. Obj stands for object U. So we created grammar, subject, verb, object. 0 stands for subject I, 1 stands for verb love, 2 stands for object I love you. This caret or head character is used for space. This caret or head character is used for space. Now save all. I will auto hide. I will close it. Sorry. We need to open. I will pin down in the class view. Open this document. I will arrange side by side like this. I will auto hide. Now here std vector int load grammar u int grammar id. So from our resource string I can click id, then ids greetings grammar gmr. We are loading this string 0, 1, 2. We will return. This is dummy value. C string grammar std vector int positions. I will reserve memory, for example 10. 10 is big enough. Now grammar we use load string w. We pass grammar id. Now std cout, we can say grammar dot get string. Sorry, I missed. This should be get string. std endl. Please note that C string is Unicode. We are simply using cout, but still it works. Now here we will test auto positions. Load grammar. We pass IDS greetings GMR. IDS grammar greetings GMR. So we are loading this string, grammar string. With this, it should display 0, 1, 2. Press Ctrl F5. Now here 0, 1, 2. Okay. We successfully loaded our grammar string. From this string, we extract 0, 1, 2 as a value. Now I will disable it. Std w input string stream. This is string stream. Stream str we set string using grammar get string. Now int str id while true. I will scroll up string we lead in str id we lead in integer. If stream fail, then break. Otherwise, positions in place back. We add str id. Now, after this block, we can return positions. Now, if this function fails, for example, if the read fail, then we throw std w stream wos l sorry failed to load grammar id. We make it very simple. Grammar id. Then we cannot handle exception this way. Instead, I will use O stream. Here, throw std runtime error. We pass os str. Then we throw. Now press Ctrl F5. So we handled our exception. Now close it. Here at this line, we can print out. This is for debugging. Grammar rule. Positions std endl. Press Ctrl F5. Now we have grammar rule. Now close it. So we can disable it. Now scroll up. Here template, type name, string IDs, std, vector, std, w string, load was. We use string ID, std, vector, std, w string, was resolve. We can resolve, for example, 20. Try auto load. We create a lambda. We capture was. Okay, this is std vector. Then auto I semicolon C string str. If str load string, we pass I. If it fails, then error handling here. Else was in place back. We pass str get string. Now here this is lambda. Load is lambda. We use fold expression. This is fold expression. We call this function lambda function by passing template parameter ID. Okay, we need operator. Then this ID I will make it plural. So plural. It should be expanded. This is fold expression. Now catch std exception constant L value reference error std cout error what std endl. Now here return was. In this block, if failed, then std o string os failed to load string. I throw std runtime error. We pass os str. So we are in lambda. Okay, we are in lambda. Also, this lambda is called here in fold expression. If error occurs, if we fail to load IDs in this function, then we jump to here. We bypass this fold expression. From this line of code, we jump to this line. Then we return was. Now scroll down. Here, auto was. Load was. We pass subject. Okay, the order doesn't matter. IDs, greetings, subject. IDs, greetings, verb. IDs, greetings, object. Okay, the order doesn't matter. The order of the IDs doesn't matter. Try to stick to English grammar order. Okay, subject, verb, object. Now std cout, we can print out was. Okay, please understand what is a vector returning W string. Okay, this function returns vector of W string, but still we can print out using cout because this operator is overloaded here. This is my own library. Okay. Now press Ctrl F5. We can see I love you. This is English words. This caret or hat symbol is used to denote space. I, then one space. Love, then one space. Now close it. Go up. Here. Template. Type name. Grammar. ID. Type name. String. IDs. I say IDs. std w string load sentence constant w character key blank. This is blank character. Grammar ID grammar ID, then string IDs. Now scroll up. In case of load grammar, it throws exception. Okay, it throws exception. So we have to be careful, or we can just let the exception propagate. Just let the exception propagate to the upper level. 오로 grammar load grammar ID. If failed, the exception is fired. So this line of code is not executed. 오로 was load was. We pass IDs. Okay. Now std w string WOS for 오로 I. This is grammar index. Grammar WOS was I. Using grammar, we are forming a sentence. 나 오로 sentence WOS SDR convert WO string to W string. We are converting string to string. See the pop-up window. This is W string. Now for 오로 it should be L value reference C. C means character from sentence. Okay. If C equals blank character, then we modify with space. Okay. We handle blank character. Now return sentence. So this is W string. Now scroll down. At this level, we don't need these things. These are for temporary use. Now here we have to use try catch std exception constant error. Here 오로 sentence load sentence. The first argument is a blank character. Please note that we used had this character as a blank specifier. So we have to pass blank character like this. Then IDS greetings grammar. This is grammar specification. IDS greetings. Then subject. IDS greetings Bob. IDS greetings object. Okay, we have to maintain the English grammar. Subject, verb, object. We have to keep the order of English grammar. Now, if failed, std cout failed, we can say error std endl. Please understand, this is C++. What? Because we are calling load sentence. This function calls load grammar. If load grammar fails in this function, if it fails, then it throws exception. This exception jump at this point. This is the real power of C++ exception. If successful, we can say WOS output. We can say sentence std endl, or we can put string sentence loaded like this. Now press Ctrl F5. No, I think I made mistake. Here I have to expand. Press Ctrl F5. Now see, here sentence loaded. I love you. Okay, sentence loaded. I love you. Or sentence loaded. I love you. Now close it. Close it. After, when our application is complete, we have to generate resource-only DLL. Once again, when our application is complete, then we have to create resource-only DLL for internationalization. If you haven't watched this video, please watch this video to understand how to create resource-only DLL. Then you can create such program. Now it is English user interface, all English text. You can change the resource DLL. Now all in Korean. If you learn how to create resource-only DLL, you can create such program. Now let's keep going. We now change. We distribute this script file. We distribute this resource file to linguists such as Thomas Kim. I am technical translator. Now I translate this file. This is subject, so I translate it into Korean. 나는 I need a blank space. Then verb. I say Korean verb comes the last. So say 사랑합니다. This is the last. Korean verb comes last. Then object. Object comes next. So 당신을. This is object. Object needs space. Now in Korean grammar, word order is different. This is English grammar. 0 subject, 1 object, 1 verb, 2 is object. In Korean grammar, verb comes always last. 0 represent subject, 2 represent object, 1 represent verb. Okay? If you dispute this resource file, your linguist knows how to translate this text properly. he understands this is object, so he will translate it as object. SUB, this is subject, so he understands how to translate it. He understands this verb should come last. Then he changed the word order. Now press Ctrl F5. 나는 당산을 사랑합니다. I made typo. You can sort with ID. Here it should be 당신을. Now press Ctrl F5. We now have perfect Korean translation. Now close it. Suppose you want Japanese translation. So you want Japanese translation. Sorry. This is subject. So Japanese translation should be watashi wa. Okay? In Japanese, they don't use space. So this is the translation for subject and the object. This should be anata o. This is Japanese translation for you. Okay? Then this is Japanese translation for verb. Okay? So it is now Japanese. In case of Japanese, they don't use space. The word order is the same to Korean. Now press Ctrl F5. Voila. 私はあなたを愛しています. Perfect Japanese translation. You can also display in the command prompt. If you distribute this resource text or resource file to professional technical translator, he can make perfect grammar. Before I wrap up this session, I will remind you one thing. So, in this function, when we fail to load string, resource string, we throw runtime exception. If we return something else, our code becomes very nasty. Also, in this case, load was. If we fail to load string, we throw. Instead of try catch block, I can simply leak exception. If we fail to load, we throw exception. In this function, if load grammar fails, it throws exception. If load was fail, it throws exception. So, if these two fails, this part is never executed because load sentence throws exception or leaks exception from these two functions. In the highest level, here we catch exception, we can handle. Somehow, for example, I missed, then it should throw exception in this part. If we trace back, here we can use add. This is std vector. C++ also provides at. It also throws exception. Now press Ctrl F5. It worked successfully. Here, invalid vector script. Now close it. Even though we have error, our program still builds and runs like this with error message. In the release build, now I will close it. This is release build. We can properties, select, release, linker, system. We can use window, apply, OK. Now press Ctrl F5. So it works perfectly. From the end user's point of view, it does not crash, does not complain. Of course, you have to deal such bug using debug build. Press Ctrl F5. In the debug build, you can find this exception. But in release build, your program seems to be working without crash or bug to the end user. When C++ program becomes complex, instead of using goto statement or returning error, if you use exception, your program becomes very clean code, also very robust. My favorite feature in C++ is not template metaprogramming. My favorite feature is exception handling in C++. I will now restore it back. IDS greetings object. It should run successfully. In the release build, 私はあなたを愛しています. It works correctly. In the debug build, Ctrl F5. It also works correctly without error.